All right, JMC 6000 here, and in front of me is the Mach E. I hate that it's called the Mustang, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, in front of me is the 2023 Mach E is what we're going to call it. So let's kind of do a walk around real quick of this car, kind of show you all the ins and outs, but I'm going to tell you some few things that I really don't like about this car, and frankly, I just can't reveal just yet. You got to stay tuned in this video, and I'll kind of walk you through what I really dislike about this car. Nothing really wrong with the car. I mean, if you were to cover this up, just can I pull the badge off? I mean, it doesn't belong on this car. This doesn't make it a Mustang. It doesn't. The lights. Here, let me turn on the lights and I'll show you what those look like. This is the select model, so it doesn't have the fancy tri-bar lights. It kind of does a little bit. We have some LED backlighting up here. It's LED headlights. No fog lights on this model, but I don't think any Mach-E comes with fog lights. Here, let's show the back. This is the back end of the Mach-E. If you haven't seen one already, you got the tri-bar tail lights. It kind of flows into the tailgate here. Let me show you what it looks like with the hazards on. You can see with the hazards on, they kind of flow and everything else. Anyway. This particular one is the select model. It stickers for $48,000. And it is not worth $48,000. This is not even the premium. It's not even the GT. This is just a basic standard 70 kilowatt select model. And I'm sorry, it does not scream $48,000. In fact, the dealer I just got this from, thank you Corwin Ford of Spokane, they're discounting it down to $43,000 or $42,000 because they're trying to get rid of them. They're sitting on 13 Mach-E's and they can't move any one of them. That's one of the issues. Anyway, let's show you the back seat real quick. Not a bad looking back seat. I'm so sorry that it's kind of dark in there. That's one of the issues I have with this car. The interior is just so dark. You know how I am with dark interiors, and I can't stand dark interiors. And then let me show you the party trick that Ford wants to tout as a party trick. The frunk. Ooh, the mega frunk. That only holds about 4.5 cubic feet of space, I believe. You can get to other stuff in the Mach-E. You can get to your brake fluid, 12-volt battery, some other stuff back in here. There's some adjustments you can do, I believe, for the headlights up in here, washer fluid, and then there's some other stuff you can get in here. If you remove this frunk, it could be used as a cooler if need be. But anyway, this is a frunk, and then they decide to put the running. I'm sorry. Let me close this. Just because you put a running horse badge on a vehicle doesn't make it a Mustang. No amount of running horse badges make this thing a Mustang. But I digress. Let's go ahead and go inside and we'll do my final, we'll do the driving portion and then I'll do my final thoughts and what I really think is a major fatal flaw of this car. Join me inside and I'll tell you. All right, JMC 6000 here in the driving portion of the Mach-E. It's a rainy day here in North Idaho, so I'm so sorry for the rain in the background. Again, this is a select model, so it has a Michelin Primacy tires. I'm not a big fan of them. They're 18 inches. They do produce a lot of noise. Other than that, it's a quiet ride, serene ride. There's nothing really to write home about the Mach-E. I mean, if you haven't heard my final thoughts already, it's like driving an appliance. That's all it is. It's driving an appliance. Nothing really, no passion, no character. Nothing really get excited about. I mean, it's a fine, mundane, everyday, back and forth, get you from point A to point B vehicle. And if you don't mind charging, or if you have the ability to charge at home, or you don't mind using the limited charging network that we have here in the States, sure, you know, if you can get a good deal on a Mach E, do it. But to be honest with you, I'm not really impressed. And sure, it's fast. I mean, this is a select model. This is not even the GT. And you can have propulsion sound, which adds a little bit of some fakeness to it, almost like a George Jetson sound. I'm not really impressed, but when I think of a Mustang, I don't think of this, just to be brutally honest. Again, not much to write home about. This is my driving portion, and yeah, screen is awesome. The screen in front of me is okay. I wish there was more information. I kind of shake. So this screen is amazing. It's awesome. I like it. This screen could be better. There's not much information. But anyway. So, again, these are my thoughts of the driving portion. Steering is okay. It handles just fine. But it's just... that's it. That's all I have. I'm not impressed. Alright, stay tuned for my final thoughts on this guy. Thank you. Alright, we're inside the Mach-E. Let me give you my final thoughts. I'm not going to do a full review on this, but if you haven't guessed it from the drive, I kind of touched upon what my issue is with this car. I look at the Mustang Mach-E like this, and Savage Geese just did a video released about a couple days ago. Please watch Savage Geese's video about this car. I encourage you to watch it, along with my review as well. But let me tell you my biggest issue that I have with this vehicle. I mean, yes, it's a nice driving car. You figure that out in the driving portion. It drives nice. It's quiet. That's one of my issues with it, but as you can tell. But in itself, it's a fine vehicle. I mean, it has nice touch points. The dash is kind of hard, but it has this weird cloth on it. But at least there's some leather wrap. Man, it is dark in this interior. It's one of the things I hate about this interior. I got to turn on some chintzy interior lighting just to get some light in here because it's so dark. The only thing that splashes in this cabin is just fake aluminum trim, which is already pitted and scratched. I don't know if you can see that, but and then we have some cheap piano black plastic. At least some of the stuff is nice and padded, and there is some white leather stitching. Anyway, my biggest issue with this car is that there's no passion, there's no soul. When I think of Mustang, I don't think of this. I'm telling you, when you think of Mustang, you don't think of an SUV that's electric. No passion, no soul, nothing whatsoever. You know what? The EcoBoost Mustang that I reviewed here a couple weeks ago, it has more passion, more soul, more character than this thing does. As far as a car, as a vehicle, it's fine. I just look at it as an electric appliance. You're basically driving a fancy golf cart. Even with the propulsion sound on, and it goes, it's like the Jetsons mobile. You're basically driving a fancy golf cart. That's all you're doing. It's an appliance. And there's a reason why they're not selling. Not only are people not interested in EVs or full EVs, nobody wants to drive an appliance. I mean, yes, there are some people that just want to go from day to day, drive an appliance. I get that. Maybe this is the vehicle for you, but it's not for me. I've had performance cars in the past. I've had a Grand National. I've had a Dakota RT. I've had a Camaro 25th anniversary black on black T-tops. Absolutely amazing. I've had performance cars in the past, and I drive a hybrid now, but at least a hybrid has more passion, more I don't know how to put it, character than this thing does. I mean, yeah, it's kind of fun to drive. I mean, vehicles should be more than just going fast. They should give you passion. They should engage you. They should make you want to drive. When you push down the accelerator pedal, it's not just, it should have some character to it. like that EcoBoost Mustang I test drove. This has none of it. It's an appliance. And the reason why Ford put the Mustang symbol on this was for compliance only. It's a compliance vehicle. An appliance compliance vehicle. That's all this is. And because they put the Mustang badge is the reason why we have the Mustang that we have today as far as the traditional two-door, rear-wheel drive, engine-hungry, fuel-sipping, fuel guzzling monster that we have today, whether it be the Dark Horse GT or even the EcoBoost. This is here to make that car possible. If this wasn't here, that car wouldn't be possible. I'm just saying. And this is a great first effort from Ford. Awesome, great, but as Savage Geese said, they need to take this back and just rethink the whole platform. Because for me, it's I absolutely despise driving it. I can't stand it. I'd rather be in my Maverick. I'd rather be in my cheap hybrid Maverick with a 4-cylinder. At least a 4-cylinder gives me sound. It gives, in sport mode, it mimics shifts and everything else. It has character. It has passion. I can get on the gas and actually hear something rumbling underneath the hood. As a guy that's on the autism spectrum, being a little bit honest, I love the sound of engines. And I don't get it in this. I love the sound. In fact, when I hear an engine, I can actually hear in my mind pistons moving up and down, valves going, in and out, and different things. I can actually feel the 4-cylinder churn and everything else. And that's what I love about hybrids, plug-in hybrids. But man, I just don't get it in this. And for me, it's a fatal flaw of the Mustang Mach-E. Ford just called the Mach-E, remove the Mustang. I understand why it's there. It's a compliance car. I get it. But it's time to rethink this whole thing because EVs aren't selling and they're sitting on dealership lots, and there's a reason for that. And I can see why. I'm so sorry. I'm usually more cheery in my videos, but I can't with this. I just can't. And this interior is just absolutely horrible. It's a sea of black. Absolutely horrible. And you may be like, well, John, you're in the Select. What about the Premium? What about the GT? They're not that much better. I was in a Premium here a little bit ago, and it's a sea of black as well. It's not that much of a better interior. I'm just saying, Ford, I have to agree with Savage Geese on this. You need to rethink this whole thing. Take it back. And I'm not even getting into the recalls and everything else, the issues that people have had with them, range anxiety and all that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I have better videos coming, so please don't be discouraged by this one. But I'm just telling you how I feel about the Mustang Mach-E. And as much as I like what Ford is doing, they're not doing it right with this. I'm sorry. They're not doing it right with this. And there's a reason why their EV division is losing billions. They're losing billions. Come on, Ford. You can do better. Get out of the electric vehicle game and focus on hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and what you're good at. This isn't it. This is certainly not it. Awesome. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. You guys be blessed. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your comments. If you tuned into this video, please tune into Savage Geese's video about the same vehicle. In fact, I think the one he drove was a GT. I'm driving the Select. Standard range battery, everything else. And he kind of shares the same thoughts. And I kind of agree with him on almost every single aspect of this vehicle. It's a compliance vehicle that Ford made just so we can have the Mustang name and the Mustang two-door that we can enjoy. Awesome. Tune in for some more upcoming videos. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I upload every single Wednesday morning. Be blessed.